Right. This is the report page, and we have a slicer up top, and we will create additional measures and add visuals and try to connect this slicer up top to all those visuals so that the values will change dynamically. And this slicer, I've used the what if parameter, and so that the slicer is automatically added to my report page. And this is how you can do it. I've used minimum as 1 and max as 30. And create the slicer is there on the report page. Once we have that, next step is we have to create a new measure. So let us try to click on new measure, and let us try to name it as ranking measure is equal to, and we'll use the rank x function. It's an iterator function, and it expects a couple of parameters. The first parameter is a table and an expression, and for the table we will try to use the calendar table. We'll wrap that around all function, and also the expression will do add total steps, and for the order we will do the descending, and for the price we'll use lens, close the parenthesis and commit to it. We have the measure ready. And I've added a table visual, and I've added a few columns which are coming from the calendar table. And also I've dragged the new measure, ranking measure, onto the canvas, and I've sorted that from lowest to highest. So those are the values which are shown, 1 through whatever the length of the table. And this is the first step. And next is we have to connect the slicer, because we make any selections on the slicer, the values are not changing. This is the measure. You can pause the video and look at the measure. It's a very simple thing. We have said that, hey, if my ranking measure is less than or equal to the selected value, give me the total steps. That is the condition. So if it is matches, it is going to give that. So if a user makes any selections, like in this case, we have selected 5. Those 5 values are shown here. So once we have that, anytime you make selections, those values are changing. That is the first step, right? So let us try to add all those columns, whatever columns which are there in the calendar table. We wanted to add a few of them. So we will reorder them. And as you can see, we have those columns and also the dynamic top and measure. And I've gone ahead and added a line visual also. So I just wanted to make sure that report page will also show a line chart in addition to the table visual. But here in this case, as you can see in the table visual, the total is wrong. You are shown 9,220,000 odd value, which is for the total table value. So Power BI is looking at the total rows, including at the total level. So we will try to fix that. And also I have added another conditional column, so that whenever user makes selections, we can add this to the title of these visuals, so that it is easy for user whenever they are looking at these visuals, that value selection also is shown. And this is how you can add a conditional format. So once we have that, make any selections, those values are also changing. And I have added a background color to the line chart so that it will pop out. And also I've added the tree map, and for the x-axis, the category, I've added the date, and also for the values, I've added the dynamic top and measure. Like we have seen in the table visual, we have to fix the total. So first, let us try to understand the logic, and let us try to mirror the columns which are there in the table visual, and let us try to use the Dax Query view and start typing the code, so that we will kind of mirror this particular visual, the table visual, and try to fix the total. In the meantime, we are doing some formatting based on the needs. You can do those formatting also. I've added data labels, and also the dates are shown. So whenever user is selecting values, those are shown. Like I said, first we have to understand the logic. Let us try to use the summarize, and we want to kind of mirror the columns, the table right here in the Dax Query view. So we have used 3 columns there. Let me add those columns here. I think I've used the day of the week twice. Let me try to fix that. Let me try to remove that part. I think obviously when I run this, I should get error. Yeah. So let me remove that day of the week twice, run it. And these are the, this is the table which we have in the table visual also. In the result pane, it is shown. And uh, in the dynamic top and measure, also in the ranking measure, we have used the values, right, from the table dynamic parameter, as you can see here. So what we could do is we can uh, add columns here and use the expression steps and add the dynamic pop and parameter so that we are forcing Power BI to look at only the summarized table, including at the total level. That is exactly what we are doing. We can add some X over this and try to get the values. But what we could do is we can just copy the summarized part and try to create a new measure. So let us try to do that. Maybe let us try to look at the dynamic parameter value. Like I said, let us try to copy the summarize, make the selection, right click, copy, and create a new measure. Here is the measure. And let us try to use SumX so that it will sum all the rows over this table. And for the expression, we'll try to add the dynamic up and ranking measure, wrap it out so that we have kind of force Power BI to look at this table so that the previous measure was not additive. Once we kind of commit to this code and drag this on to kind of replace the previous measure on the table visual, we should be able to get the correct values. I think the total is looking good. And whenever user makes selections, those are changing. This is another way to look at the data. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.